and becoming successful recording artists. Stephanie Wood reports on the band that started out at the University of Western Australia and are now being labelled as one of the country's most innovative rock bands.
The sort of venues that we used to play are places like the Stone Crow. That was a lot of the scene of our early carnage. I forget where else. I mean, we've played a lot of places like the Albion, the Cottesloe, the Mossman Park, and Captain Sterling, yeah.
We once had to have a band meeting about raising the cover charge at the Stone Crow from 50 to 80 cents. That's how it was like.
We felt we were really ripping off people at 80 cents cover charge. We were. Yeah.
What sort of changes do you think the band's gone through over the last 10 years or so?
In some ways, very little, you know. In some ways, we could still get up and play the sort of set that we played at the Stone Crow. That is technically appalling. But we're just more adaptable nowadays. I mean, we've gotten used to playing festivals in Europe with kind of, you know, say 50,000 people. And so we can deal with that sort of situation. Whereas before we would have just run and hit, probably.
The Triffids have come a long way from the days when they played the Perth pub scene. They've just been signed by an international record company, and to an extent you can see the difference, although they say money hasn't changed them.
I think we're the best sort of type of people to spend record company money, you know, because most groups just spend it on stupid things, whereas, you know,
we spend it on really stupid things.
Yeah, I couldn't have put it better. Regardless of the type of records that we make, our live shows, although they change, I mean, they still have a very human element in them. I mean, the Triffids will always have that fallible, all too human element within the band, usually in the form of someone like Graham.
So money won't change everything, you don't think?
Oh no, money hasn't changed virtually a thing. Maybe a dry cleaning.
Of course, changes have had to be made, but songwriter David McComb insists money has only meant superficial differences.
There's not that much difference in, you know, the aim is still the same in the group. Really, it's just giving you more access. You know, you just get your records in stores around the world where they weren't before. It's just those purely mechanical things that make it easy. I mean, it would just get too discouraging to just go on, you know, banging your head against that sort of wall all the time if you didn't have wide distribution.
Some critics say you are mainstream and some say you aren't. How would you describe your music now?
Well, it is an inevitable, you know, thing that you're always going to have people on the sidelines saying, well, they are an independent or an alternative band and now they are no longer an alternative band or anything like that. You know, it just has to happen. It happens to just about every band. We've always had ambitions to make, say, records with orchestras and that sort of thing. We've always had crazy schemes like that. And so I guess we've always wanted to sell out.
Although the Triffids might dismiss their tough times as part of the job, theirs is a story of years of hard work finally paying off.
Yeah, so I was quite lucky in that I joined the band just when they hit the big time. Yeah, I do this all the time. So the last couple of years have been a piece of cake for me.
We just have to wake him up in the morning and put him to sleep at night. And he's fine. When we first went overseas, we did it purely with our own finances and you know, money that we had saved. So in that sense, it's always been a close call.
Their latest album is about to be released, and unlike the story behind its title, the Triffids won't give up on the sometimes rough world of music.
Cullenture, yeah, that name is actually taken from a painting by a Perth artist called Thomas Thoreau, and it was from a painting he did about 4 years ago, referring to a sort of tropical delirium that sailors get when they've been away at sea for a long time and they imagine the sea to be green fields and leap overboard.
Stephanie Wood reporting on the Triffids. And the Triffids are about to embark on an Australian tour, then they're off to the United States next month.